Hey, 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 everybody. We're Oliver Happy Hour here with episode 139. Y'all, we're approaching 140 very quickly. Talking about Politricks this week, and I am Daisy O, one of your wonderful sibling hosts. I am joined by my wonderful, wonderful sister and brother, Debbie Dev.
Debbie Dev here in the building.
And Darren.
What's happening? Oh, I think my mic was muted. Hey, y'all, what's happening?
Turn your mic on, Darren. Turn it on. So we'll start, just by going through some new movies because a lot is coming out this summer.
Yes.
Even though there, is a writer's strike or was whatever, it's definitely going to be new movies still coming out because these studios have been holding on to these things for many years. So just kind of expect more movies, TVs to come out, TV shows to come out. Starting with movies. Darren, you said They Cloned Tyrone.
Yes,
on Netflix.
They Cloned Tyrone on Netflix. So check it out. It became available yesterday, I believe. So it's a movie with Jamie Foxx and with a few other people, but it's one of the Netflix films that Netflix produced that it has an all-black cast. So check it out. They Cloned Tyrone.
All right. Did you say Jamie Foxx was on that?
Jamie Foxx is in that one, yeah. So that's what the little bit of the controversy was because, we all were hearing that, nobody had seen Jamie Foxx in several months. Now, and he was on a yacht. So people were thinking that, that was a clone of Jamie Foxx on a yacht.
Wow.
If they were doing this if all this shit was publicity for the film, but of course it wasn't.
But he was really in the hospital, and struggling for his life.
Yes.
Yeah, well, check it out. Support all the all-black cast. Extinction 2. Have you guys seen Extinction 1 on Netflix?
No.
It's about this, military person who, works for special ops or outside of the government, but the government basically hires him. And it's the second movie in this series, I suppose, that they're going to create. But it's really good. It's a good movie. It's a really, really, really good movie. The action in it, the acting, the stunts. I've never seen stunts done in this way. It looks so real and painful. It's a good movie. If you like military shooting, I don't know. I like that kind of stuff.
You like the thrill of it all.
I like action thrillers, and it is an action thriller. Yes.
Okay.
Not like Darren, who likes scary movies.
Okay, because no.
I saw Insidious, the
Absolutely
Red Door. Daisy, I remember seeing Insidious with, did I see it with you? But I saw it.
Maybe.
Yeah, possibly. Because I saw it around the time that it had first came out, and I was over someone's house, and I watched it. And I remember I was scared at the end of it. I was like, oh. Because I was in somebody else's house. It was real, great. So it actually continued, because, it was a sequel that went back in time. Then it was another sequel about, the lady who did it. And so this was, I think, this was the next one. I think this was
number
fourth or fifth installment. But this one kind of continued with back to the family. So the family is now grown. The kids are grown. The kid, he's going to college now. And so the father, I think it's great. There's a resolution to it. And it doesn't end like the cliffhanger like before. They actually, I feel like they sealed and finished the series and kind of closed it out. And it ended on a much happier tone than something like a thriller. So spoiler alert, yes, it's not like at the end.
Oh wow.
It's some gory ending.
Coming to a resolution.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think I saw the first one.
Fifth one.
I saw the first one, but
the first one is scary as hell.
Exactly,
so I never watched any of the other ones.
Exactly.
And then lastly, have you guys heard about the movie Birdbox Barcelona?
Yes, I wanted to watch it, but it was at night, and I said I'm not doing that.
Birdbox Barcelona. They did another one.
There's another installment, and this is Birdbox Barcelona.
The Silent Killer.
Me and Mary fell asleep though. I'm not gonna lie. We watched it in the daytime because I told Mary, I said I don't watch scary movies at night.
No, not right before I'm about to go to sleep.
Not like that. It's kind of scary. So. We watched it, but we gotta watch it again, because we didn't finish it. So, next time. But you guys check out these movies if you have time this summer. Just have a movie night at home, a Netflix and chill, whatever it's gonna be. These are all basically Netflix movies, with the exception of I think Insidious, Red Door. All right, so let's talk about some new shows before we get into Politricks, because I do think shows kind of tap into what's happening in the world these days, what's in the news, or at least the news drives these TV shows. Have you guys seen Jury Duty on
No.
Amazon Prime?
No. Oh,
not.
Amazon Prime? Okay.
Oh my
I thought it was
gosh.
like a documentary. It looked like a documentary from like the cover art.
Y'all,
It's not a documentary, it's reality? What is
it's
it?
a reality TV
Oh,
show
wow.
filmed like it is a TV show. Like, so basically it's filmed as if it's kind of the style of like reality TV, and it's all based on like this one guy who is not that he's not in on it. So he thinks that he's really going to jury duty the entire time,
Oh
and
my
that
God.
he's and that a documentary is being filmed. But everybody else, every single other person, everybody else they're actors. And he's the only person. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a genius idea. And now it's up for some Emmys, y'all. This show is
No, because that is like it's taking reality to a whole different level.
Yeah.
it's when I say it's like I was screaming laughing. It's so funny. Like it's so good. Me and
So
Mary.
it's like, it
my
turns out
God.
being more comedic than actually.
Oh,
But what was
yes.
the so the but
It's a
the,
comedy. It's a
Oh,
straight up
it's a
comedy.
comedy.
It's a
Okay.
it's a straight.
So
the
it's not it's not like a murder trial or anything.
No,
oh,
it's
my bad.
like
my
the-
bad. The only time I did jury duty was for a murder trial.
Oh,
My
okay.
bad. So
And that's what
my context is a little bit different. I'm like, yeah, they wouldn't have no damn cameras in there because you should have seen the baby mama of the dude that
Right.
got what happened. Like they start beating the shit out of the bathroom in the back. Anyway. So
Okay,
that was,
Darren.
My
Woo.
bad. My bad. Sorry.
took it to a whole nother
My
level.
bad. I jury duty. You said reality jury duty.
Gee.
This
Hey.
one wasn't based on a murder trial. It was like actually a stupid like kind of trial, and it was. But sometimes sometimes you do have like, yes, Devin, like a civil kind of case basically. So he was just like, this seems like a reality show, and like every single day was like a new day, and it was filmed in an actual courthouse, which they never really let people film inside courthouses. Like that's kind of like a no. So it's a really unprecedented
interesting.
show.
Oh.
Very
So
interesting.
good. Y'all
Jury
check it out.
duty.
And then
Amazon
and then stumbled upon Survival of the Thickest.
Yes.
What is that
Devin,
on?
Tell us about
It's
that.
on Netflix. It's
Okay.
with the I don't know her name.
Michelle Boutois.
Boutois. Michelle Boutois. She's a
Michelle
comedian, I would
Mhm.
say.
Mhm.
Comedic actress. She's
Yeah.
been on other shows.
Mhm.
She's like a fashion designer.
Mhm.
And it just in New York, and she's like in a relationship that fails, and it goes along with her daily struggles of trying to find her brand or create her brand, and fighting for injustice, or just figuring out what she wants to do.
Yeah.
What she wants in life. She's a 38-year-old, and her mom wants her to have like this traditional
Mhm.
life and family. She wants grandkids and everything, so she's feeling pressure at different angles of her life. And oh my gosh, it's just a really good show. It's 8 episodes, I believe. It's like 8 30-minute episodes. You guys got to check it out. It's really good. It's very funny. She is hilarious. And it's like relatable. It's very relatable. So
Yeah.
y'all check it out.
I love
Yeah.
it. Y'all, I
Boutois.
haven't seen the entire season, but it's also one of those where you're like cracking up laughing the
Yes.
entire time. It's really
Yes.
good. And then you
Very
mentioned
good.
Sweet Magnolias. Have you both seen that?
Yes, I've seen it. It's season 3 just came out, just dropped on Netflix. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's about these 3 best friends, based in Georgia,
Oh.
and just going along with their lives, and one and their relationship issues.
Mm-hmm.
One just got recently divorced, and in the first season, she's recently divorced, and that all the drama with that. It's just like a small Georgia town.
Okay.
With like
Girlfriends.
a small community.
Mhm.
Everybody knows everybody. All their business is out there. But it's really good. Very homey show.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you just want to like binge watch something.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Good. Darren, you mentioned Food That Built America.
Oh, I love that series.
It is?
You know me, I like watching, you guys like your reality shows and stuff like that. I like watching the History Channel. And
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I tell you, that
I tell you what, huh?
Okay.
that the History Channel has gotten so much better with their content. Because, I used to watch the History Channel back in middle school and high school. I used to watch, I remember Modern Marvel Mondays and Wednesdays.
Yeah.
I just be looking at engineering stuff. Like, oh, they're building a skyscraper, But, then it got in peril just by they had Pawn Stars on all damn day. For a long time when they'd had some ice road truckers or some kind of shit on there that didn't make any sense. But now they've been doing these shows like Food That Built America. And so they're talking about these big food companies that started. Because I'm always even interested in like the history of companies. Like the National Biscuit Company, which you guys know as what? Nabisco.
Nabisco. Yeah.
National Biscuit Company, or even just other companies that just came to prominence, and what were their first products?
Pillsbury.
These big companies, or even I was looking at the other day them talking about Kroger, how Kroger, got big, and how because of the barcode that revolutionized the supermarket experience, or even like how they just developed the first cart.
Yeah.
So that people can buy more shit at once.
Yeah.
So just different things, or just even about different products, or just on an episode about Oscar Mayer, how they started out as a small deli and how they competed with Hormel. And these are these are big companies. Anyway, you know me, you know me. I always like looking at the
super informative.
So check it out. It's on the History Channel. Food That Built America. So it says over 4 seasons now.
Oh, good. And then they travel across America to kind of go into
Well, they don't
the
travel,
history.
but just random products. The other day they were talking about Krispy Kreme and Dunkin' Donuts and how they rose to become competitors.
Got
as
it.
national brands.
Okay, yeah, that's great.
Food That Built America.
History.
Okay.
All right, Darren, you said that there's some scandals happening right now in politics.
Oh, there's always scandals happening out here in LA.
That's what Politricks is about, yeah?
Yes,
so let's just talk really quickly, because I don't know if we were able to talk about it last time, but since, we were talking about Mark Ridley-Thomas, who was a black politician out here in Los Angeles who got caught up with actually Dean Marilyn Flynn, the lady who signed your diploma too, Daisy. She signed my diploma from the School of Social Work, and, she's a convicted felon now.
Wow.
So, but she is getting caught up in the same scandal. She pled guilty. Mark Ridley-Thomas pled not guilty, and, he got convicted. He appealed his case. They threw out the appeal. Oh. So he is going to be going to jail. He's going to have to pay a fine for basically steering. I mean, basically, it's kind of like just embezzling money.
Yes.
And creating a fund for his son, and sending over government county contracts to the School of Social Work. So for that reason, the School of Social, because I was trying to look at, I work in the homeless services sector, and I was trying to look up what studies has the USC Center of Homelessness done recently, and they haven't done any. And it's because they come on, with the reputation that has affected the school, they cannot. All they can do is become a hub to connect you with other funding opportunities. So that's really a shame, because USC is really needed right now in terms of furthering homeless services research.
Yeah.
Because right now, everybody's just throwing money at stuff trying to figure out what's going to work.
Yeah.
And we need solutions that are
tangible.
Effective. Tangible solutions that are going to work, effectively and quickly. And people aren't considering that, because it's just slushing around.
Yeah.
The money is. But anyway, so Mark Ridley-Thomas, he's going to be going to jail. Another scandal happened with another LA City Council member, Curren Price, who represents the 9th District. Over here represents a huge swath of South Central LA. So Curren Price, he was he was indicted for false. He wasn't divorced from his wife, and he had his girlfriend or his partner. She was getting the city benefits. Like he had signed her up for him, like she was his wife. Which I don't know why. Like that's just That's like an ethical violation.
Yes.
But it was also some campaign contributions of him receiving some money and then believing that he kind of steered votes, that some of his votes were bought. So another city councilman, and you know what? I was like, damn, if I only lived right across Central, I would try to run for that seat, that vacant seat. And try and run on a campaign to clean up this mother.
All right.
Clean this place up.
Clean up this.
Yes.
I want to clean the place
Clean it up.
Get all the corruption
Clean it
out.
up.
Let's start with trash cans up and down the street, everybody.
Yes.
And let's
thank you.
work on a coordinated effort to pick the trash up.
Yes.
And put it in the bin.
And put it in trash
And
cans.
let's keep it in the bin until the trash man comes. Let us work on a coordinated campaign here.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
But you know what I'm mad about is, listen, what I'm mad about is that these are both black men.
Yeah,
Why?
yeah.
Yes,
Why
like,
y'all
dang.
why y'all gotta act up? Why can't you just do your job and like keep it simple? You gotta steal money. You gotta misrepresent information. You gotta lie. You gotta cheat. Like, why?
They make so much money though. They make a good amount of money.
And
like being
you
a
ain't
city
got to
councilman.
lie,
Yeah,
Craig.
yeah.
You ain't got to lie.
But the thing is that what they should have did is, but then again, they're not famous enough. But Mark Ridley-Thomas could have wrote an autobiography and got some money off of doing that.
Yeah.
So, well, really, Mark Ridley-Thomas is different than Curren Price. Curren Price was taking money, I believe, and Mark Ridley-Thomas, I'm sure, has taken money.
Mm-hmm.
He sounds just as corrupt.
Not
as you,
beneath
so.
him.
Yeah, you know.
Right.
But you know, it just begs the question: what are you doing for the community? What are you doing for the community? Because I know for a fact that Mark Ridley-Thomas, he took our library away over here, the one that's on the Florence Library, right next to the train station.
Yeah.
He gave that property away to a developer.
Yeah.
You know, and now they got it somewhere else, like half a mile away. You know, in less space than it occupied before. So you gave county land that belonged to the county that was supposed to be for the public benefit. And I know they built affordable housing on it, but the library still could have been on the first floor like they promised when they took it away.
Yeah.
You know, why not?
I mean, just black people do better, please. Black people do better. If you are voted into a public office, like, do that job.
Represent the people.
Represent your people. Represent your constituents.
We know what you mean.
I'm mad, y'all. Represent them. The constituents, everybody. Like, that's what you're there for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're full of it. They are so
Listen.
full of it. But we need honest politicians out here.
Yes.
We need people who are actually fighting for the people and not for special interests.
Yeah,
you know,
because
you get tired of listening to people.
motives.
Yeah, ulterior motives. People listen to. I mean, and look, everybody I think has a general consensus on what we should be doing. Mm-hmm. You know, you and Mary were just talking about it. You guys went to a gardening class earlier, and they was talking about sustainable gardening. We need to be teaching that.
Yeah.
Why aren't we teaching that to kids?
Yeah.
Why isn't every single elementary school today having a public nursery or at least field trips to nurseries so they can learn how to be little botanists?
Mary just said that earlier. She literally just said that and was like, this should be in elementary school.
Every single elementary school, it starts there.
Yeah.
You got them playing in the damn field, have them play in some dirt.
No, for real.
Have them plant some shit.
Right.
And have them give them an assignment. Be little urban farmers and take up community lands and let us be able to enrich the land that we live on and not treat it like shit.
Yeah.
That's
our kids are learning how to throw trash on the ground and how to piss in the street.
Mm-hmm.
They're not learning how to till the land, how to plant seed, and how to reap the crop.
Yeah. That's right. That is right, Darren.
Definitely.
But you know what they are learning about? They're learning about all these scandals that are happening with our politicians, and then it makes their family not want to vote for more.
I know some of them don't know about Curren Price.
Black men in the
like
office.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
That, but you know,
who is Isaac Bryan, Darren?
Oh, we didn't really have to talk about him. We could have deleted that.
Okay.
But Isaac Bryan, he is an assemblyman. I think we were just going to talk about a vote, but we don't have to talk about him. But he's somebody to look out for.
Yeah.
He came from used to work at UCLA. He has risen straight into the he was
doing what?
He was real quick like the director of like a policy initiative or something like that. But he quickly joined like an anti-recidivism coalition that passed Measure J a few years ago. If you guys remember, Measure J passed in 2021, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So Measure J basically it reallocated up to 10% of the money that went to the sheriff and to the Department of Probation and to the jails to go to alternative to incarceration programs. Does this sound familiar to anybody? All right, so it was a measure. It was a county measure that passed a few years ago.
I remember Measure J. I do remember it. Yes.
So they actually ruled it that it was unconstitutional. So they're still trying to work around it and with it. But anyway, Isaac Bryan was a part of this coalition.
Okay.
That was working with people organizing after the George Floyd protest.
Got it.
Right?
Okay.
So I mean, I just commend the young brother for doing it because he has been appointed as like the first the youngest assistant Democratic leader in the assembly.
Okay.
So right now he's in the state assembly. He ran for one of the seats that was vacated by a person who got Karen Bass's seat.
Okay.
Oh.
So
got it.
Well, yeah. So he kind of just
switched
gears.
He was
he
moved into the position.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He was good with the Young Democrats.
Yeah.
And so
Okay.
they got him into a seat. And, hey, maybe that's where I might try and look into. Just try and
You
join some of
should.
these places. But you know me, I talk too much shit. I don't know. I'd be too real out there. People, I might hurt some
maybe
people's
that's
feelings.
what the people need. Maybe
You know,
that's what
people
they
just
need.
like,
But you need
man.
to cut back on the curse words, dear, and then
I know,
you'll be fine.
yeah. I just need
I'm
to curse
telling
right.
you,
Yeah.
you will be fine.
Hold on, am I mic?
Cut.
Y'all turn your phones off, right? Y'all turn your phones off. Hold on. Pocket check.
Not pocket check.
Pocket check.
I mean, that is a moment on.
I don't see no motherfucking cameras out here. I'm gonna talk some real shit real quick. Y'all feel me? All right.
Oh God.
All right.
Oh
Okay.
Lord.
Cool.
Cool.
All right, Darren. What's happening in our state, bro? Like, what is happening?
All right. So the most recent thing that we can say that happened in the state is that California released the Manson murder participant Leslie Van Houten. She was released on parole. For many decades, she was denied parole by several California governors, the last one being Jerry Brown. Gavin Newsom, he rescinded her parole, but the state Supreme Court had overturned it. So when it came up again, then she was allowed to be released on parole. So that's the most recent thing. There's not a whole lot else happening really right now
within
in the
our
state.
state. Yeah.
Not
Doesn't
recently.
seem like it.
Outside of what did recently happen is out in Temecula, the school district. You guys heard about this?
No.
Because the state books on the social studies book made mention of Harvey Milk. The school board district in Temecula, they were like, we're not gonna accept these books. They made a whole motion from the school board to reject that.
And was it approved, or that was just a motion? That was just a
No,
recommendation?
it was approved. And then what happened is they got fined by the state $1 million.
Oh, good.
And Gavin Newsom said, I'm going to deliver the books anyway to you guys.
I love me some Gavin Newsom. I really do. Like, honestly, he got some issues, but he is a good governor.
No, he came around.
Yeah, he does.
No,
Yeah.
listen, after they caught his ass at that fucking restaurant, he knew. He was like, oh,
I better
shit.
get my shit together.
I gotta get it together because
And
the
he did.
voters. I need the voters.
Next thing you know, this motherfucker came out there with some cargo pants and was cleaning up the side of the freeway, the homeless encampments. And he was like, I'm just trying to get out here and
Redemption.
Yes, okay,
And redeem my-
redemption.
I'm just trying to do something. You know I'm hungry,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I'll eat at Burger King.
I mean, but
hungry.
I can appreciate that though too though. Get
And
your
redeem
ass
my-
out there.
Listen, you have to redeem yourself.
Yeah.
Like after some BS that you put out there, you have to. Hilarious. Okay, so if nothing's not that much is happening in state, what's happening
not
federal?
that much. Yeah, so federally. So again, Joe Biden, he has his reelection campaign, but people are still asking, hey, is he too old? You guys have noticed
We've been talking about this.
So, but my bad, my mic's a little bit hot, but who is really going to come and nobody else is trying to, I mean, Gavin Newsom, obviously, he's just been trying to set himself up as the dark
At
horse
some point,
candidate.
yeah.
If
will.
maybe, God forbid, Joe Biden passes away, before the next election, he could just swoop in and take it over
Right.
because Kamala isn't ready for prime time, let's be honest.
I don't think so.
No.
No.
I mean, I love Kamala. I mean, I love our vice president. I'm so proud of her just for being in that role. But You know, she hasn't really had much opportunity either to, kind of step up. And when she has, it's been like a fumble. Like she's been fumbling. So
Fumble
She just
on the
appears, and we were
play.
talking about this earlier, though, in a separate conversation off of the podcast. But I just think that she just appears as inauthentic. She really just appears as inauthentic. I mean, to me, when I hear her speak, sometimes I'm just like, I don't believe what the fuck you say. You know, it's almost like somebody who's been rich too long. Like, you've been wealthy too long. You do not know what it's like. Like, please tell me what kind of.
God.
You know how you can tell somebody really, really been struggling. You know what I asked him? What kind of cheese do you know exists at the grocery store that you shop at?
because if you know your cheeses,
Okay.
I know you make money. Because if you know your
Right.
cheese, because the cheese is expensive.
You start telling me Sargento and Tillamook and shit. I'm like, you shop at a good damn grocery store.
Okay.
Because up to where I'm at, it's just says pasteurized cheese. It don't even have a logo on it. It don't even have a logo on it. It's got an expiration date on it. And single slices pasteurized cheese.
Oh Lord,
Yellow.
Lord.
I'm
They
dead.
didn't even say cheddar or nothing on it. Just say yellow. But
Right.
anyway.
Gosh, Darren.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying that the candidate has to do that. But look, if you I don't know. At the end of the day, it is like trying to figure out who are you working for and what interest groups are you serving, because usually the loudest groups are the ones who donate the money.
Yeah, absolutely. And the loudest groups that donate the money definitely want their needs met. And I also feel like that groups that don't have the money that still know what's happening should also have their needs met. That's a part of serving the people. That's a part of knowing the people, is knowing like kind of also where the happy middle ground is. Because one, you can't please everybody, but you do have to make sure that human beings have equal rights, or at least that's what I think politics is all about. Equal
At
rights,
least
fighting
the
for
basics.
fighting for justice when there's injustices. There's a lot of different things, but I mean, our Vice President Kamala Harris. You guys said that she wanted to. She talked about the Florida rewriting history.
Oh,
So
yeah.
what was happening with that?
She got into it with Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, because Florida has this new, they've been doing all this crazy shit in Florida where they've been rewriting like the state education codes and like what the standard should be. And so one of the social studies standards for history is that students will learn ways in which former slaves benefited from slavery.
Ooh,
I mean, hey,
child.
look, Kamala said her what she had to say. I saw a little bit of what she said, but it is bullshit. Come on, let's call it what it is. That is complete bullshit.
Yes.
Tell me which ways in which a slave benefited from slavery.
Because
Yeah.
they couldn't even learn how to read.
Tell me, right? Tell me what did they gain from slavery?
Yeah.
Nothing
What, a
at
ticket
all.
to America? Please.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, please. They were taken captive.
Maybe
That's
farming.
against their will.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know.
No.
Child.
Look, no, society benefited from slavery.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Society, no, those slave owners benefited. America has had culture because of those slaves.
Mm-hmm.
America has had innovation because of those slaves.
Yeah.
America was able to become king of the cotton industry because of those slaves.
Yeah.
And it was nothing that benefited them. It was what they contributed and didn't get back.
Nothing
Yeah.
got back. That's why we talk about reparations,
Reparations.
or the town of Allensworth getting reparations to farmers. But you know what I mean? I feel like if people are not speaking out against Ron DeSantis and people like him, it's super problematic, because he is going to be the loudest person, the one that drives all of the decisions, because nobody else wants to.
Nobody wants to
challenge
challenge
him.
him, and somebody needs to just say, "Hey, look, motherfucker,
He's
let's come into a debate."
Yes.
Look,
Yes.
one
For sure.
camera. We're only gonna have one camera in
Right.
this motherfucker.
Yes.
If we're gonna meet out here off of the dock somewhere, we can meet off neutral ground. We gotta meet in
Exactly.
North Dakota or somewhere. No, not North Dakota. Maybe what's like a neutral Colorado.
Colorado is a great
Colorado.
space.
We gotta meet in Colorado.
Yes.
Over here, and let's have a debate here in the Rocky Mountains.
Yes,
You know what?
because he's the straight up devil to me. He's the
He
devil.
is.
He is filled with
He's
the enemy of the
evil.
spirit. Like, I don't like him. I think that he is terrible for our
Disgusting.
nation. and he is a really terrible person.
Yeah.
I hope he loses, and I hope
so too.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't, because his campaign right now is really burning through cash. They've laid off people, and I hope that he continues to lose.
Yes.
The only thing is just that Trump, he is going to be he's leading the polls right now. And you guys heard about it. He's already been indicted on some counts of taking documentation.
Right, yes.
Keeping the confidential records in his fucking bathroom and stuff.
Freaking
you know, trying to sell it, talking to people about the stuff like, oh, yeah, we got this plan to attack Saudi Arabia. Look at these documents that I have right here. Like, you fucking idiot. Like, really? Are you, like, if anybody would know better, what I would do is I would take pictures of the motherfucker. There are camera scanning apps, right?
Yes.
I can take some pictures real quick.
Right.
Like, what?
Oh, they ain't gonna see this shit. Put this shit on my Dropbox.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah, you want to see some real shit? Y'all want to see some dead bodies? Y'all want to see some dead military plans?
I cannot.
Look at this shit.
Right.
Come on, buy me a beer.
Y'all want to see some dead bodies?
I'm dead.
That's what this motherfucker over here doing. He's over here selling this shit off like that. But anyway, but Trump
put him in jail.
But look, he got indicted for that a few weeks ago, right? He's now being indicted for his participation in the January 6th event, and for him orchestrating, trying to get electors who are part of the Electoral College to switch their votes. So there was a coordinated effort that he had to try to get enough people to switch their votes over. So he was out here soliciting people, just like he did with in Georgia when he was talking to the Secretary of State and say, "Hey, look, man, like all I need is 800 votes." Or
that's why he had some of them black folks out there.
But that's why they make it harder to vote.
Saying that was voting
yeah.
So just keep a lookout on that. Like, if Trump gets the nomination, I mean, he still has to deal with. Look, I mean, the guy is going to be likely going to jail or facing some kind of jail time or no jail time, knowing how they treat rich people or people like his
He's just going to buy his way out.
Yeah.
And that's, I'm not even concerned about him going to jail. What I do want is for his record to reflect all of the poor decisions and, like...
You can't be president.
Yes, all the lies, all the, like, the terrible things that he's done with it, with, the title of his office so that he can no longer be president. Like, that's what I will be very happy with. You know what? You don't even need to go to jail. Like, you can suffer in the company of your own home by yourself. But what you can't do is run for presidency again and don't expect to win. Like, because you can never have that office. I think that's a bigger blow to his ego than going to jail, where he could just be like, "Oh, I only served 1 week, but I served my time." Not like Martha Stewart did. Like, Martha Stewart got clout. You know why? Because she served her time and she served it well. And she did not complain about it. She knew she was wrong. She admitted it, and she served her time. So my thing is, like, you know what? If you want to get out of going to jail, but you can't get the presidency, that's fine.
Go ahead.
That's fine. It is okay. Oh, Lord.
Absolutely. So with that, I mean, it's just like we really need to invest in our country again and again and again. We need to be specific about where we want to go and where we need to be.
Yes.
We need to get, more solar farms out there, more alternative energy, right?
Yes.
We need to turn off all these fossil fuels, and even, people using gas stoves and shit like that. People need to use, electric stoves, and we need to get as good as possible with that. We need to replenish our water supply, right? We need to rebuild our infrastructure. We need to teach our kids how to become tradesmen and how to work in healthcare, right? We need to learn how to do these things. Not everybody's going to be able to be a tech worker, I'm sorry, but look, there's money to be made in making sure to fix up society so that we're all equal contributors to what this country is and what we're about.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right. Debbie, you got any thoughts about all this? Because Politricks be tricking us.
Maybe it's a lot of trickery, okay? It was a lot of trickery this episode for Politricks. Tricks be tricking, okay? I'm just playing. No, but Yeah, this Rob DeSantis guy, I'm just over him. I'm over Trump. I just don't like. I feel like these bad examples in politics, like it makes people. It doesn't encourage people to vote. But you would think it would be the other way around,
right?
Or always not. It's people that don't really believe in politics, like because they think that people are gonna just they have an ulterior motive and they're gonna do things like freaking Curren Price, like like what are you doing? You supposed to be you're at service for the community, the people, the communities, like what are you doing?
What you doing?
So yeah, I'm just over it. Over them all.
I heard that.
Trump needs to be in jail. DeSantis needs to get out. He needs to step down.
He just needs to get hit by a bus.
Yeah,
I don't really say that often, but I do feel that way.
Jane Fonda was on The View, and
I love her. She's a great activist. She's been in jail like 7 times.
No, more, a whole bunch of times.
Like maybe.
But they were saying she was just basically saying like something bad needs to happen to some of these people, and like they were trying to say, oh well, Jane, like we don't want to say
she's wise.
Joy was trying to say
she's like, man, fuck that.
Joy Behar was trying to say like, oh well, we don't want to say that just in case people want to misconstrue it. And she was like, oh, okay, like.
Listen.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say okay. Like what? Like girl, like I said what I said.
Yes, yes. Okay, I said what I said.
Jane done lived through some things though. She's an older woman who's been an activist, not only an actress, a phenomenal actress, a very successful one.
Yeah,
she's been using her stage for activism for a very long time, her entire career.
Yes.
So yes, she's like she really believes that, and
some
I'm
of
like,
these people just need to die.
She's a wise woman to me. That's all I'm saying. Now she knows because you messing up the whole thing for everybody.
Yes.
Move these people out the way.
We just
get out the way.
Clear them. Clear them, Jesus.
Clear them, Jesus.
We gotta pray for a better new generation. Just pray for a new, better generation. And I don't want to say like, oh, some of those people need to die, but they just need to die out.
Yeah, that's what she means.
Certain races will always be racist, and there is for some of them there is no hope. But
there is not.
For many of them there is hope.
Yeah.
For a great amount there is hope of just building relationships, building rapport, and learning about the other, and just unlearning all those ways where some of those races are just racist.
Yeah.
Straight up. But let's real quick, because I know we're running out of time, Daisy. But what we didn't talk about was the Supreme Court. And
about the Supreme Court?
Oh, Daisy, come on! I thought this was relevant to you. So the Supreme Court, they banned affirmative action.
Yes.
So affirmative action can no longer be used in college admissions.
Yes, you are right. I completely forgot about
that.
Well,
Daisy, I know you've worked in higher education in California, which has banned affirmative action for, over 20 years ago. So it's nothing new for us, but for the rest of the country.
Proposition 209 prevents, the discrimination or the acceptance of anyone based on race, gender, ethnicity, socioeconomic status, sexual orientation. There's like a long list of certain things, but what it did was it prevented the access to colleges for minorities because our school system is already set up to be segregated, which nobody really talks about. But when I was an admission officer, I would go to these schools in Compton, Long Beach, Inglewood. All those places would have a very limited amount of resources, and they weren't getting the classes that they needed within these schools, nor succeeding in those classes to go to college. So that already decreases the amount of students that will apply or will actually get in. But when you add in affirmative action, which basically prevents, which private schools have been using, public schools can't because of this federal regulation, but private schools were still they were still admitting students based on race, gender, ethnicity. They were still using that as a basis because they could. They're private institutions. What this Supreme Court ruling does is it prevents everyone, and it solidifies Proposition 209. And you have things like at UCLA when I was there, they call them the infamous 98 because there was only 98 students, black students, that actually decided to attend UCLA out of 4,400 or something like that. Very small percentage, was like 1%. And then that's why, because not many students were choosing UCLA because they just didn't feel like they could do well there, but most importantly, they weren't getting admitted. So now this is going to really impact private universities as well, because if they're prevented from admitting based on race, gender, ethnicity, which actually helps our community because it makes sure that the classes that are admitted every single year are diverse. That's what that rule does. But UCLA and other people have found a way around it, and they do more recruitment at those inner cities, like I mentioned. So they'll have more recruiters go out more times during the year. They'll make sure that the students are prepared or like deciding to actually choose UCLA or another school. So yeah, there's ways to combat it, and that's what for the past, honestly, 20 years, 15 years that I've been in the industry, that's been the goal, is to make sure that our inner city youth, our young people have the same access, have equitable access to college, because that creates social mobility. When you don't have college for those people, there's just going to be, not much. So
absolutely. So that
covers that. Good thing, Darren. Thank you for bringing that up.
For covering that, you guys. So that was our topics for today.
There we go. You guys, this was a great episode. Politricks is always one of my favorite things to talk about. Of course, with my lovely siblings, we're going to say our Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. God bless.
Have a great week.
You can open your palm, waiting to catch a break. The cards will fall where they may. And what about me? I believe in fate.